Pick the wrong input device. But now we have we have something to see. As Lennon, championship leader. It's finishing. Well, about to start his lap, I believe. I think Josh says he's going to get one more lap in, actually. JTK, winner of the last race in the Mercedes at Mexico. Wait and see what he can do in that Williams. Looking like he's very fast, only 4 tenths off Ferrari. As Lennon supporting that run. Leaves us with Jack Miles. Going slowly, probably out of fuel. And Valentino's about his lap, and Sommers on a lap. In that in that Sauber. Wiggling down the straight. We're in the little lull here just before everyone does their final runs, so I'm the first car out the pits. Oh, good. Oh, perfect. Oh, isn't this just fantastic from EA? Like, impeccable service from the game there. I don't think I've ever seen that message before. It just shows how the game can always surprise you. The game can always surprise you. As I assume now it's going to probably try and stunlock me into communicating online services. And the only way around that is to enter a single player lobby, because of course it is all-time trial. Oh, this is such a fun game! Anyway, yeah, I'll try to... So, I believe the championship order is Lennon, Josh, and Night Owl? I don't have the official standings because they have not been posted yet. Right, let's see if I can get back into the lobby of this shit show of a stream. Yeah, I don't have the official standings, so I don't know exactly, but by my rough calculations, it should be Lennon leading the championship. For me, honestly, a surprise this season. I thought his teammate Josh, 433, would be the one to lead the championship and win the championship. Night Owl, after a poor start to the season, got himself into the championship lead. But I think he's tier 1 now, so yeah. Anyway, let's see what the last couple of seconds of qualifying have for us. And if we disconnect again, I'm just going to be very sad. Okay, we'll go back for the last 30 seconds. Alright. As Josh comes into probably the most important braking zone and acceleration zone of the track. Ooh, a little bit will spin on the exit. He's up by just under a 10th. As it starts to run down the strip. Oh, almost touches the wall there. Oh, hits the anchors. Tries not to block them, did a pretty good job of it there. Oh, and then he's hit both the walls, doing a Franco Colapinto. And that's Josh's run done. Looks like we have one of the Red Bulls, Jack Miles, finishing his run. Can he gain a position here with a stronger last sector? No. He's going to stay sick in that Red Bull behind a Williams. As we then have a Haas of Alan Shea on a lap. Campedo across the line. Nothing. What can SV do? Out qualifying AJ. Finds a tiny bit of time but no improvement in position. As Matty gains the 10th on 2. Looks like Lennon's backed out of his lap as well. J2K finds 10th or so. And then Jack MS across the line in the McLaren. Can he challenge? Oh, up to P2 on his final run. Levin's down by a lot. So that's him done. Valid lap from the Aston Martin. And that just leaves Valentino to finish his lap. Can he do anything? Finds 2 and a bit tenths, but no position gain. Almost qualifies Bonkers 5 in the McLaren. In a kick Sauber though. That would have been impressive. Right, so here's the starting grid then. I don't think Bonkers is on a lap. No. So we have Josh 433 on pole. Not a huge surprise, that Ferrari absolutely rapid around these streets. And a very fast driver driving. Jack MS P2 in the McLaren, where you'd expect to see that car. Lennon P3. Then it's Mitoki P4 in the Mercedes. Mercedes, not a great car around this track, obviously. Very straight line dependent track, and that's not where the Mercedes shines. JTK with an amazing P5 in a Williams, only 3 and a bit tenths off pole, when the car delta is probably half a second at least on this track. It's less on this track than other tracks because of the lack of corners. Only I think 5 braking zones on this track. And a lot of them quite light, like turn 1's not a particularly heavy braking zone. But yeah, there we go. Josh 433 takes pole by just under a tenth of a second. Ahead of Jack MS, Lennon, Mitoki, JTK. Then you got 2 Red Bulls, P6, P7. Separated by just 200ths of a second. Bonkers in the McLaren P8, Valentino P9 in the Kick Sauber. And I believe P10 was one of the Haases. So that would have been SV. Now, I'm not expecting to see any rain for this race. Never know, of course, but yeah, it doesn't look like there's any rain expected. No clouds in the sky that I can see. I have no idea what the strategy is for this track, actually. I imagine it's probably a one-stop with the characteristics of this track. I think predictions for the race, I think Josh is in a very good position to win the race. If he can break DRS, then his every chance of leading lights the flag. However, if he doesn't break DRS in the first lap, he's going to really struggle to do that. DRS is so powerful around this track. And obviously Jack MS in that McLaren is the faster car most of the year. Maybe not this track, but still right up there. Not a slow car in a straight. Any surprises? I mean, is JTK a surprise? We know how good he is. He's been solid all season. Probably a driver who'll be in Tier 1 next season. I think I saw George in an Aston Martin. He's unfortunately probably the slowest car around this track. Former Tier 1 driver, hasn't raced much this season. Or the last couple of seasons on this game. I think I saw Luke racing as well. I think another ex-tier 1 driver, so there's some drivers at the back of the grid who could look to come forward. Don't know how much practice they've put into this race, to be fair though. RPL Savage looking like he's been improving. It's been a while since I last saw him in a race. He seems to have found a bit more pace. As we get ready for lights out here at the Las Vegas GP. And it's a good start from Josh. I think he will hold to turn 1. As everyone is ghosting through everyone. At the start of this one. Ooh. David with a lovely move on Jack Miles, who's going to dump his battery to stay with his teammate. Meanwhile at the front, Josh has a bit of a gap. JTK going for a move on his academy teammate Mintoki. Oh, I heard a bit of contact in the background, but everyone seems to have made it through alright. Let's get the positions up. That's a bit close to the back of the pack there. As Josh looks to try and build that gap in this opening lap. Trying to do what I mentioned earlier and get a second over Jackamas. So we're going to dump his battery down here. Bonkers had a horrible start as someone's hit the bollard on lap 1. Yeah, but Bonkers down 6 places in the McLaren. He is on those hard tyres. Oh, what have I just watched? Okay. Surely that's damage for... No, maybe not. You know, at the front, Josh is not going to get the gap he would have wanted. Lennon has lost 6 positions as well. Also on those hard tyres. Those hard runners really struggling at the start. I think AJ there lets by the academy teammates. Josh completes lap 1. And yeah, I think AJ is saying, oh, is he being hit by his teammate? SV's right into the back of AJ and oh, that rejoin is spicy. Oh, and we've had a massive crash there. George and Lennon got together. Lennon can't get the car going again. That's not left a gap in the pack, however, as Valentino's made it past Sommers. So a bit of a chaotic opening to that race then. Saw a crash between Bonkers and Matty. We saw a bigger crash which I unfortunately missed between George and Lennon. I'm sure the stewards will be having a look at that. As, yeah, this now, Josh is really starting to open up the gap here. Just over a second, I think, through the DRS detection zone. As everyone kind of funnels way through. Just looking out to see if anyone's got any damage here. Not too sure. Let's see. Did Jackamas, I think he did get DRS. Yeah, he did. So Josh there with a bit of battery that he could have used, choosing not to use it. Let's have a look at the tyres for everyone. So the top 9 currently all on mediums. Sommers, Bonkers and Lennon, the only drivers that start on the hard tyres. And as we saw from both Lennon and Bonkers' opening lap, they were really not the tyre to be on at the start of this race. As now we have a massive breakaway. 3 seconds separating the top 6 from the rest of the field. Caused by that George Lennon crash. As do we see them pit? We see Lennon staying out with what looks like an intact front wing, and George, I think I caught a glimpse there, he's missing an end plate, so we'll check back on that later. Let's go back to the positions getting lost there. Yeah, so Lennon, the biggest loser now, and Alan Shea and SV, the biggest gainers, despite having a bit of a incident between the two of them. They find themselves 7th. That'd be a nice haul of points for the Haas. In fact, it'd be a nice haul of points for the both the Ferrari academy teams as well. Josh getting very loose there, and it looks like Jackamas is right up his gearbox. As I'm gonna turn down the volume because I just realised it is very loud. Let's do that. As JackMS is now taking the lead from Josh with a simple DRS pass. Just saw that on the behind the pause menu. I don't see JackMS pulling away though. He's not got any more battery than Josh has. I'll be interested to see how long these hard runners can go. Can they make the amount of time that they've lost already? I mean, I think London's probably just got to hope he can get back into points, but Bonkers lost a lot of time at the start of this race. Dropped 6 positions initially, then gained 3 back from various incidents, including one that he got involved in himself. See if he can make this hard to work and make up some places, get himself back into a top 5 or something. Maybe that's really hopeful, maybe a top 7. As Josh sliding through the braking zone there. This car not looking particularly pliant right now. As onto the strip we go. I think Josh here with a lot more battery to burn. Well, it's already used up most of it. The advantage he had, that is. Let's see, is he going to have a run at taking Jack? Going back for the lead? Looks like he's going to burn all of his battery to get back through, basically. Yeah, and he does so. Mintoki, they're happy to sit behind, save her battery. No one else looking for a move in this lead group. What about in the second group here? SV and AJ continue to lead this pack. Valentino doing a very good job at the moment in the Salva, as he has a massive wobble, and that's Bonkers into the wall, losing a large chunk of his front wing. And he's going to be straight into the pits. Those hards not proving the tyre to be on, it seems, as struggling to slow the car down. Oh, we've got a move there. J2K is defending for Jack Miles, who I think is going to make the move here. J2K seen fine theory machinery, but he tries to hold it in around the outside, but backs out of it there. I don't think he fancied going too wide through this whole section, which is fair, I think. And Jack Miles has no battery now, with which to defend. If he loses DRS, I think he's just about gonna maintain it. Someone was in the wall there, I heard. It's also AJ here, it's mighty close to the back of SV and has 60% more battery here, so this could be a swap between the two horses. As J2K has gone back through on, yeah, Jack just really struggling there with the lack of battery. Loses positions to both J2K and his teammate. And J2K supposedly up 1 position and also in the same position at the same time. Now, he has lost DRS to the top 3 here, so this is important for the podium battle, as these 3 bickering is really costing them time. As AJ did get through on SV. And now J2K has the least battery of this group. Devin with the most battery of this group. Oh, before he burned there. So he really attacks the curbing through that awkward chicane. The only real battles on track is the lead battle, which is looking close as ever. The battle for P4, and then the battle for P7 with SV right behind his teammate. Basically pushing him through the gaps there. But this will be a simple move for JackMS, who retakes the lead. Mintoki not looking to have a go at Josh, despite the lack of DRS for Josh. Oh, that was J2K fighting away with Devin again. was back in the battle for P7. SV is re-overtaking AJ. As Luke's picked up a 10 time penalty for speeding in the pit lane on lap 7. As this lead battle is Devon is closing in again on those top 3. The gap was I think 1.8, it's back down to 1.4. He's going to lose out on the straight though with the lack of DRS. Oh, Devon in the wall, hard. It's going to give JTK a run. I think JTK's just too far back to do anything with it, unfortunately. Well, at the front, looks like the position's going to remain the same for those 3. JTK, yeah, goes up a lot into the braking zone as he's ghosted, and he's left the session, hasn't he? This is AI driving. I don't think I have him added. Do I? JTK. No, I can't get JTK back in, unfortunately for him. That was a really good race from him so far. Really battling away with the Red Bulls there. Fighting against 2 really good drivers in the Red Bulls as well. Jack Miles, obviously a Tier 1 champion. Amos Devon, a very accomplished driver in RPL. So then maybe Devon not living up to the potential that he maybe showed when he first joined RPL back a game cycle or 2 ago. Oh, Bonkers, our first driver to retire, does so in the pit lane. He's had a horrible race, and I can't really blame him, but we never like to see people retire in the pit lane. It's Valentino here looking like he's having a look at SV. As JTK is now back in the lobby. It's lost a lot of time though, they're 5 seconds back from the Red Bulls now. Still 3 seconds ahead of this little battle. As Josh is in the pit lane already on lap 9. And he switches to a set of hards. And gets held for a what? Oh no, okay. Just EA game things. I'm probably going to try and go to the end here, I'd imagine. It's 16 laps to the end. Did 9 on mediums. He's clearly going for the undercut here, but this is not going to help him. As Sommers does get out of the way. I think Josh there just tapped the wall on his way through. Lots of people tapping the wall there as well. Okay, Valentino looking for a move in an unconventional place there, and that's that's about as sideways as you ever want to get. This is reminiscent of RPL Savage in Spain Tier 1, if anyone remembers. The amount of time that Valentino sent sideways there. I imagine we'll see some of these cars coming in now that Josh has come in. Mintoki has lost DRS to Jack MS, so I imagine we'll see her coming in this lap, unless she doesn't really plan to fight for the win. It looks like Jack MS is coming in actually as well. Yeah, he doesn't want to be undercut any more than he has to, so he decides to cut down. No speeding through those guys. As Devon continues on now to take the lead. Jack Miles also staying out. So the Red Bulls going longer than the other front. runners. JTK stays out 2. So let's see, where does Josh come out in comparison to Jack MS? Bear in mind, very close on track when he pit, and it looks like Josh here is going to have a second gap. Ooh, it's just a second, just barely a second. Jack MS has no battery though either, so it depends. Jack's outlap here is going to be really important, as Josh sets the fastest sector 1 of the race. He's got this Haas in front of him, who's probably going to hold him up. Not on purpose, obviously Academy teammates, but yeah, might be enough. But Jack had a bad exit out of there, and if Josh can nab the DRS off this Haas, this could work out pretty decently. Because Jack is not in DRS. AJ with a chance here to play the team game. Yeah, look, he's blending everything. He's giving Josh as much of a toe as he can give him. And now AJ turns off the battery and yeah, lets Josh go. That's really good teamwork from AJ. When you have Academy teammates in competitions like Ferrari do today, this is what they should be doing really. And if AJ can keep Jack MS behind for a DRS straight or 2 here. No, he's going to pit instead. That's fair enough. He's done what he needed to do already. He's helped Josh have another gap there as Josh sets fastest lap. And then he comes in. Both of the Red Bulls staying up for another lap. Interestingly. And all that, Mintoki has lost a handful of time. That gap to Jack was 1.4 when they pit. Now it's 3.5. She's lost 2 seconds in the space of a lap and a bit. That's sad reading, honestly. Lennon up to P6 now, but he's putting out to pit again, as I believe he's on set of hards. Did he not pit? Is he still on the same set of hards at the start? Okay. I think we'll go to tyres now and actually see who's pitting, who's not. Yeah, so everyone apart from Lennon and the 2 Red Bulls have made a stop now. So everyone on the hards, which have not looked like the tyre to be on so far this race. I have no idea what the crossover point was because everyone on the hards had horrendous starts to the race. As we have a yellow flag, and that's for Matty, who is wedged in the wall and has calls the safety car. Wow, the Red Bulls have been gifted. Both of them come in. I'm not sure Jack's going to be particularly thrilled with having to double stack here, but yeah, that's worked out a treat for the Red Bulls. I don't know what happened to Matty there. He lost it in a, I guess, in a traction zone, but it was facing kind of the wrong way for if he'd lost it on traction. Wow, you can see how much time the Red Bulls had lost, even with a free pit stop under safety car. Only going to come out P4, so they haven't really gained any track position from this. This works out well for everyone, basically, who isn't Josh and Jack MS. As the entire field is going to close back up. Lennon can now take his pit stop. He's got to go 13 laps on mediums. I think the most we saw was 12 laps from the, well, sorry, 11 laps from the Red Bulls. So I imagine with the safety car coming in lap 14, there's it's going to be about 9 laps on tyres actually. So that's going to be pretty much perfect for Lennon. So expect to see Lennon, championship leader, remember, coming through the field. He's got AJ in front of him, who's on pretty brand new hards. Luke there, switching to a set of hards under the safety car. George taking the opportunity to go on set of mediums. Matty also getting himself a new wing, going on set of mediums. Yeah, I think Lennon there on those mediums. Everyone in front on hards. We saw that the hards are not a good tyre at the start. I expect to see him fly past AJ, Valentino, SV. All 3 of those are Ferrari Academy mates. If they wouldn't help and win a championship, they'll all jump out of his way. The Red Bulls haven't looked particularly fast this weekend, so I imagine Lennon will be able to go up to 4th. I think we'll see Mintoki, Jack and Josh fly off again at the start of this race, or this restart, I should say. It just seems to be the class of field so far. Oh, is Lennon's pitting? Why is he pitting? Yeah, the game's going to glitch, and then I'll... Yep, there we go. Why on earth has Lennon pit for a second set of hards? We saw drivers do 9 laps on mediums, no issue. They were fresh mediums. If anyone's watching, Invade or something, can you please let me know if there's a reason that he has done that? Because to me, that seems like he's just given away a set of brand new mediums that could go the distance for a set of hards. And lost... He's only lost 1 position. But he's given away that sort of medium versus hard advantage that we've seen is so powerful in this race. That's a bit puzzling. Maybe he doesn't think his mediums would go the distance? I mean, we've seen that they go the distance. That's an interesting one, especially with less fuel in the car. Yeah, that's an interesting one, as we might be going for another lap here at the safety car if these Aston Martins are just dawdling around. Do feel sorry for these guys stuck in the Aston Martin. It is by far the slowest car in a straight line. Surprised they're not in the V-carbs though, on a track like this. So Josh has it all to do again after he managed to make himself a gap to Giacomo through the pit stop window with a superior strategy and some help from AJ. That gap's gone. It's disappeared. He's got to do the work again. If the race was to finish as it is now, I believe Josh would take the championship lead from Lennon. Obviously, I don't imagine Lennon's going to finish P11. But crazy things have happened. We've already seen Bonkers retire from the session in that McLaren. I just... Tier 2 this season really struggled for... in McLaren, that is, to find consistent drivers. Obviously, Night Owl took the championship lead before Mexico, but he's not racing. And in fact, he didn't race in Mexico either. So yeah, I don't really know why McLaren struggles so much to find solid drivers. Obviously, the season before that, last season, 1-2 in the drivers' standings. Constructors champions with 4 races to go, I think. The drop-off is something that could be studied. They're only, I think, a couple of points ahead of... Yeah, they're only 5 points ahead of Mercedes in the constructor standings as of Great Britain. The race results in Mexico, yeah, would actually mean Mercedes are now ahead of McLaren in the standings, which yeah shows us some weird stuff going on in the Mercedes Academy. Anyway, we're getting ready to go racing here again. Josh can choose when he goes. Safety cars in the pit lane. Looks like he's gone there. And it's a pretty good restart from Giacomo and a very good restart from Mintoki, who's right on the back of Giacomo. Chooses not to go for a move. That's put under attack from Devin. himself is under attack from Jack Miles as, wow, JTK very slidey, and Lennon's off place. Top 2 places already, as that's Sommer sliding and just keeping out of the walls somehow. Is at the front. Josh continues to lead. As, yeah, Lennon up 2 positions past AJ and Sommers, who we saw sliding off towards the wall at turn 2. Okay, the task on the way through that corner. Oh, it's Jesus Christ. That was AJ just driving to the wall in a straight line, I think. As Lennon here looking to make another move. Valentino should let him go. Yeah, and he does so. No, he doesn't. Sends it in deep on the brakes around the outside. This is not wise, Valentino. Not sure that Ferrari TPs are going to be particularly happy with that, Valentino, but no harm, no foul, I guess, as AJ has left the session. He was having a good race, helping his teammates out, helping his academy teammates out, I should say. And I don't have him as a friend, I'm afraid, so I don't know if he'll be able to get himself back in. As up at the front, Josh continues to lead, as we now have less than 10 laps to go in this race. Everyone within DRS range still at this point. Much cleaner restart than we had lap 1. As the Red Bull's looking very racy today. Jack Miles all over the back of his teammate as he turns off his battery in order to not overtake him before this big main straight. And then, yeah, now look at that, dumping his battery. As Lennon here looks to make another move. SV doesn't fight it sensibly. It's at the front. Josh has lost the lead due to the power of the DRS. Just a simple DRS overtake for Jack. Oh, it's now Mintoki has left the session. And that is someone I can invite back, I believe. Yes. Yeah, the serve is really not good today. That is the 3rd driver we've seen disconnect this race, or 4th if you include me disconnecting qualifying. Not driver though, of course. That's unfortunate for her race. She was pretty much nailed on for a P3 there. Solid podium, more points for Mercedes. Unfortunately, she's now probably going to score nothing unless she can get back in quickly. Tell you who this is good for. There's Lennon, who's up another place, up to P6, up 5 places since the restart. And he's flying. As Mintoki is back in the lobby now. She's back down to P7. She's lost DRS to the lead train. That's going to be the big, I think. And SV looks like he might have a go before she can get back in. There's Josh right on the back of Chuck MS now, thanks to the power of DRS, and that's without him burning anything. Chuck is recharging his battery, and that allows Josh right onto his tail, but now he's just going to be dirty air for this next sector as Lennon there saying the fastest lap of the race. Can he get back to the podium? There's no more academy cars for him to pass. So it's all going to have to be done the hard way. As AJ is having a battle with Sommers. No, Sommers spun. Driven into a wall. Done a 4-point turn. And it's got back going in the right direction. So it looked good in qualifying, Sommers. Pretty close to some of the faster cars. A decent race start, I believe. And then, yeah, we saw on the safety car restart, got super sideways. There's Devin here, looking like the most likely car in this lead pack to have a go at someone. Doesn't have a battery advantage on Josh, though. No, so everyone's going to remain in tandem. There's a change further back here as Luke gets overtaken by Valentino. Otherwise, he's actually had a really good race. Down to P10 doesn't really do justice to his race, I don't think. Something at the front, everything remains the same. SV defending from Mintoki. I think that's going to be a battle that he loses. This battle for the lead places could get messy. Lots of drivers here want to win this race. And everyone with plenty of tyres to throw at it. As that is like Sommers is retired in the pits after the second spin. That's it's unfortunate for them. As Mintoki's made the move on SV, who's down to P8. Well, I think he'll probably finish there. Devin there, having a look at Josh, who then just decides to start burning. Just stay away. Josh, not flying past Jack MS as easy as Jack flies past him. Is interesting. Especially when that Ferrari's got a much better straight line speed. We'll see. Setups and things can change that, but I don't imagine anyone here is running anything other than 0-0 or 5 max on the front wing or something. Yeah, you can see the pace advantage that Lennon has there over JTK. I imagine Lennon very much regretting starting on those hard tyres now. He's had a good comeback after that horrific start to the race where he got tangled up with George. No changes anywhere else in this. Oh, that's a massive slide. Oh, Lennon's actually just tapped the back there of JTK. That's arrested his momentum a little bit. Valentino has been overtaken by Luke in the battle for P10 for the final point. And he's going to use all his battery to try and get back by. And I think Luke, if he just decided to burn, could have defended that quite easily. Oh, that's a pretty big lock-up from Valentino there. And then, oh, that's, oh, I was about to say that's a lovely switchback from Luke, but he's a bit too friendly with the wall. So now it's the final 5 laps of the race. No one able to make any sort of inroads here. It's like the DRS train. I believe Josh is really the only one who's got any chance really of making an overtake because of the DRS difference. Yeah, there we go. He retakes the lead off Giacomes. Goes back to where he qualified. Lennon, the only other one who's anywhere near. And the Luke Valentino battle continues. They've now lost touch really with George through their battling. But it looks like double Aston Martin points on this track. Not a bad result at all. Valentino, there's a slipstream if you go left there. No? Okay. Doesn't want the extra straight line speed apparently. Yeah, it looks like AJ's not coming back into the lobby, so that's going to be no points here, unfortunately. It was looking really good for Haas in the first sort of 10 laps of the race. P6 to 7 for most of the race. Giacomes cozies up to the back of Josh here, and I don't think it's been much of a contest here between the two. So we're going to come down to that final lap. Giacomes choosing to harp his energy down the strip rather than take the lead back. Yeah, look at this. Mintoki has dropped 5 seconds back now from this lead train. Just shows the importance of DRS. She's pulled a full second gap on SVSL, so she's not slow. It's just not having DRS is just such a big thing on this track. It's just honestly, it's the reason I refuse to race this track. Everyone apart from Valentino and Luke, who are still going at it. So, apart from them, it's only the lead battle where anyone's within a second. And oh my god, Valentino kicking the rear out through turn 4. Not sure he set that car up correctly, as yeah, everyone else here, they're just in their own little world, apart from these leaders. Lennon really just unable to make any sort of impression as Giacomes takes the lead back from Josh 4-3-3 with just 2 laps left to run in this. I wish I had anything to say right now. Just waiting to see this race get to the last lap and see if anything changes in this this lead battle. Just the pack racing just doesn't really work on this game. DRS just the dirty air just means no one can make a move if the car in front has DRS. It's yeah. realistic, I guess, but not the most entertaining to watch. Now, Josh has a decision to make here. Does he go for the lead on this lap? Or does he wait another lap? If I'm him, I'm taking the lead, and that's exactly what he's done. Yep. He's been in enough battles for wins over the last 3 seasons to know that you can never choose to sit behind. You're risking too much. You get DRS, of course, but if Josh has the pace, and he has faith in himself, if he can open up the gap, he has to take it. Also, Devin was right on the back of Jack MS through turn 1, and now Jack's right on the back. No one making any moves here. Everyone saving the battery. JTK with a disconnect, on for a P5. Sensational result here. Ooh. Let's swap on, and you can see here that George, his tyres seem to have completely died. Those mediums, he's fallen right back into the clutches of Valentino and Luke. As here we go. Onto the strip for the last time. Everyone looks pretty clean going through the final corner. Maybe Jack got a little bit wide. Does Josh have enough batteries? Burning everything. Jack has more. Jack has the slipstream. Jack has the DRS. Jack goes and takes the inside. But Josh stays ahead, but he's sliding. He's just got it stopped in time. Oh, Jack gets a little bit loose. I think Josh has done enough. He has not that much battery though. It's going to be a run to the line here. Devin is right there as well. It's onto the line. Josh holds off to win by less than a tenth. Devin exactly a tenth behind Jack. Jack Miles P4, JTK P5. SEO across the line. Valentino's lost his front wing. What has he done to George? I don't know. I saw a yellow flag pop up momentarily. It's that's Valentino's wing. The rest of it, I should say. Match here, trying for fastest lap, I imagine. But wow, what an ending! We knew we were going to be getting one at Vegas. Josh, as I said, chose to take the lead going on to the final lap. Believed he could hold on to it. Braked super late for the final corner. And just held on to win. And I believe with Lennon picking up fastest lap driver of the day, most overtakes and cleanest driver, I believe Josh will take the championship lead. My driver of the day. Now, the game wants to do it to Lennon. He started P3 though. He really balls up the strategy. Starting on those hards. Clearly not the way to go. I guess he was trying to do something different to his teammate. Knew he needed to fight him. Devin, mute yourself. I think driver of the day. I'm gonna give it to Amos. Devin in the Red Bull. Started P7, finishes P3. We'll quickly grab a race director. I've forgotten how to grab race director. It's been a long time. Oh, this is race director. There we go. Not a ton. Not a ton of penalties. No track limits for anyone apart from Bonkers, and I don't think he even made it to lap 10. Yeah. Well, not the most thrilling race from start to finish. Great finish to the race though. 3 drivers within 0.2 of a second for the win. Yeah, Devin will take my driver of the day vote. Played his strategy right. Stayed clean. Kept his nose out of trouble. Almost won the race. I don't think there's much more to be said. Obviously, Josh winning the race also deserves a mention. I think without that safety car, he wins that race by about a second or two. I don't think Jacko's had any more pace than Josh. I think they're pretty even. Anyway, that's gonna be it for RPL Tier 2 season. God, what season is this? No idea because they don't put the season in the standings anymore. That's lovely, Devon. Anyway, I'm going to go and eat some pizza. So I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.